Hey guys, Adam here today, and today we are going to be looking at my top 10 favorite songs in the game Undertale. I really don't have to explain anymore. I like Undertale, and one of the things it is most acclaimed for is definitely the music. Toby Fox did a great job with this, so I'll be counting down my top 10, but I'm just going to start off the list with a few honorable mentions. My first honorable mention, if you couldn't tell by the gameplay, would be Ruins. So, out of all the themes, like overworld themes, Ruins is probably my third favorite, I think. I really like it, and it's okay at the start, but it gets much better at the end. And I think it was a great way to start off the game. The second honorable mention I have is a song that plays when you might fight Sans. So although the song never actually appears in the game, it still is a really good song. It's kind of a sped up version of just the song Sans, and I really like it, especially the part where it puts in some bone trousel. I really wish this was like maybe an alternate to Megalovania that you would get sometimes so we could actually hear it in game. But still, I think it's a great song. But that's it for my honorable mentions. Now, for the first actual song I have, this is gonna be Can You Really Call This a Hotel? I Didn't Receive a Mint on My Pillow. So this is kind of a weird one with the name being super long. And no, I am not mistaking this one for Hotel, which is another different song. I mean the one I just said. So this is a theme that plays in the MTT Hotel, but it's not like in some parts it plays, but not all of them. I really like it, even though it's short. I really like it. It definitely captures the theme of a hotel, and it's so like upbeat and happy, I guess you could say. I just overall think it's a really great song. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. The next song on this list at number 9 is going to be Battle Against a True Hero. So this is, of course, Undyne the Undying's theme, which is, I would say, obviously entirely superior to Spear of Justice, which is just her normal theme. So, as probably the second hardest boss in the game, I would say, in my opinion, it really fits the whole point of what's happening. I really like, I just like the entire song. How it starts out, it shows the battle off in a well way. It starts off particularly not that bad, relatively easily, and then it gets harder, and then eventually kind of calms down, but then goes back. So I think overall it really captures the whole point in the game. This probably should have been a bit higher, but there's so many good songs in this game that I didn't want to put it any higher than this. But I think definitely out of all of these songs, it definitely captures the moment the best. The 8th song on this list is going to be one song that I honestly think is kind of underrated. It's officially called Reunited, but for a fan of the game, it's the song that plays once you've beat Azrael Dreamer and you're just in the basic overworld. So this song plays all through when you're exploring the overworld and talking to some of your favorite characters. And I particularly just really like this song. Out of all more slower songs, which I'm not as much of a fan of, this is definitely my second favorite, I think. My favorite will be farther in this list, obviously. And I think this is definitely my second favorite. It is quite a long song, but I think that's okay. But it's a really great song, and it's definitely underrated, I would say. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna have to say about this. It gets better as it goes on, but the start still isn't that bad. It doesn't capture the moment as well, but it's still pretty good for what's happening. Now the next song on my list is going to be, well, this is kind of cheating, but not really. It's going to be Bergen Trekking and Asgore. Because together, I think these songs really pair well, and oh, they fit the moment so well. Like, the whole game has been working up to this, and it starts out with this slow, sad beat, and then it moves into this fast-paced, I don't know what you'd call it, this fast-paced part, right after he destroys your mercy option. And now you have to fight what is supposed to be the final boss to first-time players, which we all know it's Omega Flowey, but this is pretty much the final boss, not including Omega Flowey, who's kind of, I guess you could consider it the secret final boss, but not really. Anyway, these songs really fit well together, and on their own they're okay, but together they definitely merge to make a very great pair. And yeah, like I said earlier, the one slow song that I like, that I think is better than Reunited, would definitely have to be Waterfall. So if you guys didn't see this coming, then, well, I don't know what to say. But Waterfall is the best overworld theme in my opinion. It's so good to capture kind of the sadness of Waterfall, and because it tells us the whole story of the monsters and how they lost against the humans and all of that. And it just does such a great job. Starting out all slow and sad. I even learned on piano, in fact. And then it gets to this more deeper, like, really loud, strong beat. It's a very good song. And yeah, my favorite overworld theme. It's number 6 on this list, so it's getting a pretty generous rating, I would say, because I think are the best. Yeah, the rest are all boss themes, which, if you couldn't guess, are, I would say, the best songs in the game. So the rest are all boss themes, but this is the highest ranking overworld theme for sure. Core and what's it called? Another Medium, I think, are okay. I already talked about Ruins. But our next song is going to be Bone Trousel. So this is Papyrus's theme, for those who don't know. And the Papyrus fight was obviously quite an easy one, being one of the only first fights. Well, I mean tutorial, but it's hard to die on that one. You can, in fact, I figured that out the other day. But yeah, it's not bad. This song is pretty good, but it really does go well when you start with just Papyrus's theme, and then in his battle when it switches to Bone Trousel. Because when you listen to them like apart from each other, they really don't sound that different. But when they just happen like together, then they like feel a lot different. And I think it's a really great way to make the Papyrus fight a little bit more interesting. So yeah, the Papyrus fight is easy, but the theme is still great. Yeah. So, well, Bone Trousel is good. It's nothing really compared to its counterpart, Megalovania. So I guarantee everyone was expecting this on this list somewhere, and honestly, I'm pretty sure most people would guess it to be higher. But honestly, it's kind of overplayed. I know it's a meme, which I'm fine with that. But once you've done the Sans fight like a million times, you kind of get a little bored of it. And honestly, for capturing the like what's going on, I don't think it's the best. But yeah, that's also very arguable. But I don't think it's the best, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. But of course, it is still a great song. It starts out, well, the whole song is just strong overall. It's really good, and it is quite long, but I'm completely fine with that. The Genocide Run does have some of the best songs, but yeah, that's really all I have to say about Megalovania. It's very catchy too, you'll never get the theme out of your head. So this might kind of be a bit of an unexpected one, But I'm sure you guys were expecting like Spider Dance, Dummy, or Ghost Fight. But honestly, out of all those three, out of all the remixes of the original Ghost Fight, I'm honestly gonna have to go with Mad Mew Mew's theme. Now, since it's not in the original soundtrack, it doesn't actually have a name, so we can just call it by Mad Mew Mew's theme. And if you didn't know, this is a kind of a secret boss, exclusive for the Nintendo Switch version of Undertale, which is what I play it on. So, I did it, and it's honestly a really fun fight. And the theme is amazing, in my opinion. These top three are all great. It's an amazing song, and I think it's superior. My second favorite would be Spider Dance, I think. And then probably Dummy and Ghost Fight at the bottom, but that doesn't mean it's bad. I still really like Ghost Fight, but it's just not the best, and the battle is disappointing, to say the least. But yeah, the battle is relatively hard, but not really. So I really like this theme. You should definitely go listen to it, because it's very underrated since most people have not done this boss, which makes sense. But I think it's a superior remix to all the other Spider Dance remixes. And does it capture the moment? Yeah, decently. Not the best. But now we're on to number 2, which is going to be Metal Crusher. So, also kind of an underrated song, I think, but I can also see why people don't like it. Lots of it is kind of just random jumbled noises. And is it the most beautiful song? No. But is it super catchy and like still really good to listen to? Yes, I would say for sure. This is why it's getting number 2. It's Mettaton's theme, if you couldn't guess. It appears twice, I think, in his quiz show and right before the Mettaton EX fight. And yeah, it's a great theme in my opinion. It is a little bit odd, I'll tell you that enough. It stands out from many other songs. And I can see why people don't like it, but I still think it captures Mettaton like in a really good way. It kind of gives you a first idea of what he's going to be like for the rest of the game. And it honestly surprised me, because I hadn't been like super surprised by all the other songs. I mean, Bone Trestle was good, Waterfall was good, but nothing really compared when Metal Crusher came along. But now, at our number 1 spot, we are going to have Death by Glamour. So, if you guys could probably see this coming from a mile away, based on that my icon is literally Mettaton EX. It's my favorite fight in the game, and his theme is also my favorite in the game. I just absolutely love this song. There's so much to it. Like, it starts out as kind of this slow building up tension, and then there's a beat drop, which turns into my favorite part of the song, where it's kind of just a lot of ups and downs, and then it goes to like the best elevator music you've ever heard, which is also a very great part. And then it ends off how it started, but just a little bit more intense. I like know this song by heart pretty much because I've listened to it so much, and I just absolutely love it. It captures the fight so well. You can obviously... Oh, Mettaton is dabbing in the background, isn't he? Who cares? I won't question it. It just captures him so well. It even seems like he might be singing in some of the background parts. And though I'm not for Undertale songs with lyrics, which I still don't like, I just don't think it's right, but I still do like this song. And make sure you check out the Game Chops remix of Death by Glamour and Metal Crusher, because I think it's a really good remix. Definitely my favorite out of any Undertale song. But anyway, yeah, that's going to be my top 10 song list. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe, because I don't have very many subscribers. But if you can, Please do.